Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in again. Today I want to talk about how to decide when to do a show and how to choose a coach and kind of like what's the best options for you. So how to choose a show. So I think that a lot of people are seeing pictures of people on social media of doing shows, especially bikini girls. People see these pictures and immediately they think, wow, like I want to look like that. What are they doing? Like I want to do that. And they really focus on that end goal. And anybody that has worked out before knows that it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a long time, and your results are not going to come overnight. So you cannot just have never worked out before, have no experience lifting weights, and decide I'm going to prep for a show. Okay, you can't just prep for a show if you've never lifted weights before. Prepping is that end component. So once you've, built the necessary amount of muscle, prepping is the final stage where now you lean out and, expose that hard-earned muscle. So you can't just expect that you're going to drop 20 pounds, get super lean, and look ripped. If you don't have any muscle under there, you're not going to look like the girls that, you're wanting to look like. So it takes a long time. So if you're only focusing on that end goal and that's, why you're in it, I think that you need to rethink about doing a show, because a show is one day. That's it. It is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, years and years of work in the gym and outside the gym in order to build a physique like you want. And prep is no joke. It's not to be taken lightly. It is the most difficult thing that you will ever go through in terms of like fitness. Like it's the hardest, it's like the top level of any fitness thing you can really do is, prep for a show. Mentally, physically, it's extremely challenging, and you have to be prepared for that. It's not easy. Everybody sees show day pictures and everybody just looks so happy and flawless and perfect, but contest prep is far from that. I remember doing my first show thinking like as time goes on, I'm going to look better and better, but I just started looking more and more run down. I had less time for showers when I'm working out twice a day. Between going to school, working out, prepping my meals, you become very run down and exhausted. And that's kind of the reality of it. When your body fat levels are getting below a certain limit, you're going to start to feel out of whack. Your hormones are going to be out of whack. Your body is going to start to kind of work against you because you're getting to such low body fat levels. Your body's going to do whatever it can to try and stop that from happening. Especially females, we're meant to have a higher body fat levels, and a healthy range for females is 20 to 25% body fat. If you're doing a competition, you're looking at 7 to 10%. So that is extremely lean, and that is not going to happen without feeling crappy, as opposed to a better word of putting it. Like it's just going to be tough. So I'm not trying to scare anybody, just letting you guys kind of know if you've never done a show before, not to be taken lightly. So when it comes to deciding who you want to be your coach, you have a lot of options, and you kind of have to decide based on your personality, your knowledge base, and your levels of motivation, what would be the best plan for you. So I'll start with the person that has never worked out before and wants to do a show. Okay. Can you use a local trainer at your gym? That's a question a lot of people ask. I don't think you should just use a trainer that has no experience in working with shows. Show prep is completely different than just regular personal training, especially in not so much the training aspect, but the nutrition. You need somebody that has that experience in order to get you there. So that's where online coaching kind of comes into play. Now, if you are somebody, again, that has never worked out before, it might be a good idea to hire your online coach, whoever that is, that has experience in training for contests and provides you with a workout plan. And you can bring that plan to your trainer and have your trainer run you through that plan. Just because, you really need to learn body mechanics and how to properly perform and execute the different exercises. So, for example, a lat pull down, right? A lot of people I see at the gym just, trying to get the bar down to their chest, right? Just pulling it down with their arms. When really, a lat pull down is your back. So you need to actually be thinking about pulling with your back and pulling your shoulder blades together and just holding onto the bar, not even really thinking about drawing the bar down with your hands, but just simply holding on the bar and trying to squeeze your shoulders together. So it's not just about going through the motions at all. It's about learning how to properly go through the motions and contract the muscles and figuring out how to do the exercise the most optimal way, because it's a competition and you're going to be competing against people that are doing it the most optimal way. So if you want to be serious about it, then you need to be doing the same thing. So it's not a bad idea to hire an online coach, but then also hire a trainer that can kind of run you through the workouts. Let's see, what else? Also depends on your levels of motivation. So if you are somebody that needs that extra motivation in the gym, then you definitely want to try and find somebody local that can run you through your workouts and really push you through it. I think that the only way that you can really do online coaching effectively is if you are familiar with the gym, you do understand basic body mechanics and how to run through the workouts, and you have the motivation to push you through those, unless you have a coach that is willing to break down exercises for you. Like for me, I will send videos and detailed explanations on how to perform each exercise. So if somebody's not familiar with it, they'll completely be able to understand how to do that. Okay, you also want to take the time to research. Don't just pick any person that you see on Instagram because they think they're in shape. Find out what are their credentials? Did they go to school? Are they even a certified trainer? If they're not even a certified trainer and they just got themselves in shape, that's great. They could get themselves in shape, but they don't really have the knowledge base of a trainer or somebody that went to school for exercise science, kinesiology, or nutrition. They have no background. I mean, I wouldn't choose somebody that didn't have those qualifications. Have they gotten themselves there? That is really important to me. I would never choose a coach that hasn't gotten to that level that I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to earn that pro status, so I'm not going to train with somebody that hasn't earned it themselves, because it's completely different telling somebody what to do versus having gone through it yourself. So if that person is not in shape, you're not inspiring to look like your coach, or they haven't achieved that level that you're trying to get to, I wouldn't train with that person, because it's the mental aspect of it. Yeah, they might know the steps it takes to get there, but until you've truly experienced it yourself and gotten yourself there, that's a whole nother ballgame. So you need to make sure that they've gotten to where you want to be if you're serious about it. And then the last thing would be to figure out what their philosophies are. So don't just pick them just because you saw a couple people that looked really good. Okay, because a lot of people, see somebody training with a coach and they're like, oh, I want to train with that coach. When it's really about the individual and how much work the individual is putting in. Yes, you need a coach that's going to give you proper guidance, but, people sometimes neglect the fact of how hard is that person working in the gym, because that's more important than nutrition almost. I mean, they're both important, but I feel like so many people put so much emphasis on the nutrition portion. And this is bodybuilding. It's about what you're doing in the gym. What's your training like? How hard are you pushing yourself? Those are all components. So once you found somebody that you think might make a good coach, I would ask them about their philosophies of training. Because if you guys don't see eye to eye, that's going to be a problem down the road. So ask them, what are your philosophies on training? Do you use a macros approach? Do you use a meal plan approach? What are your recommendations for cardio, essentially? What do you offer for posing? Ask them, what are these, kind of how they handle themselves with their clients. Reach out to their clients and ask them, how do you like working with so-and-so? Perfect example, I ended up switching coaches just because I no longer could put my trust in somebody because I didn't see eye to eye with them. Perfect example, my coach was telling me to do fasted cardio. I have done research on fasted cardio, did a research paper on it in school this past semester, actually, and it's not proven to be effective. It's not. It will burn a greater percent of calories from fat during that time, but if you look at the course of the day, it does not make a difference in your total daily intake. It'll even out. Your body you'll balance it out. And for me personally, I think it would actually be less effective just because, I eat a lot before I work out. Probably more than most people. I eat about, my first meal before I work out is 100 grams of carbs. And I need that. I like to feel full when I'm working out. I do not want to have food on my mind. I do not want to think about being hungry. I want to feel full and have lots of energy. So to go and wake up in the morning and work out without food in my stomach is like death. Literally death. So I'm going to probably get less out of that than I would if I was to do cardio later in the day or after I've eaten when I have energy, and I'm going to push myself harder. So I think it depends on the person. If you are okay with waking up in the morning and working out on an empty stomach and you have energy to do that, okay, but it doesn't have any, just know that it's not giving you any more benefits than it would if you ate before and then did your cardio. So, sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but, if somebody's telling me to do something that I know to be not proven, I don't think I can work with that person anymore because I don't trust their philosophies or I don't see eye to eye with them. And if you don't see eye to eye with your coach and you're kind of thinking of going off and doing things on your own, you have to question yourself, why am I paying somebody to do something that I don't believe in or that I'm going off and doing on my own? So just trust your instincts. Always go with your gut. If somebody's telling you to do something that you don't agree with, that doesn't seem right to you, something seems off, it probably is. And I've just learned to trust my instincts and go with that. So you have to be able to put your 100% trust in this person, and that is the only way that it'll work. Because if you start questioning things, you start kind of going off on your own. You don't want to tell your coach if you mess up. You don't have that connection with them or feel comfortable enough to open up to them, then you're not going to get the best results out of it. So those are my tips for how to pick a coach, how to pick a show. Don't take prep lightly. Be ready for it. It is very challenging, both physically and mentally, but it will also be, one of the most rewarding things that you'll ever go through. You'll look back at it and you'll be like, holy shit, I can't even believe that I did that. And you'll look back at pictures and be like, wow, I can't believe I was able to get through that. So it is very rewarding, and anybody that wants to do a show, I definitely support. But just make sure that you're taking the time to do it the right way. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the time in the gym, just building muscle and being able to eat more food during that time, because once you start prepping, it's going to be a little rough, but you can do it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you soon.